Floyd Mayweather.
Now, Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
While live on air this morning, take a look. Mr. Menzies being arrested.
What happens when boxing's wealthiest icon suddenly finds himself surrounded by rumors of a massive financial deception? The fighter, who built an empire around the name Money, is no longer being questioned for anything inside the ring, but for claims tied to luxury real estate. For years, Floyd Mayweather seemed impossible to touch, perfect record, handless wealth, total control of his image. But now, online headlines are exploding with accusations, speculation, and one question dominating social media: did Floyd exaggerate everything? Fans are divided, critics are celebrating, and the internet is treating the story like the collapse of a dynasty.
I take my time and don't shoot everything out there to you guys about different businesses that I'm involved with, because everything ain't for everybody. Because it's like this: if everybody claiming that I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan? Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious. If I've been a multi-millionaire and made over $1 billion by the time I was 40, I think I made over, I think, $1.2 billion with no endorsement deals, independent. So it's obvious I got some type of remedy, or I know what I'm doing. So, but I don't want to reveal it to the world. I want everybody to think what they want to think.
This story has moved far beyond sports. It centers on claims that Mayweather owned dozens of New York properties allegedly worth hundreds of millions of dollars, according to the narrative he presented publicly. The portfolio included over 1,000 apartment units across Manhattan, but once reporters and investigators started checking official documents, the details reportedly began falling apart. Ownership records didn't appear to support the claims. Agencies connected to housing transactions denied involvement. And suddenly, the flashy Instagram celebration transformed into a controversy about credibility.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
The situation first gained traction during Mayweather's birthday celebrations in early 2025. As expected, the lifestyle display was over-the-top private jets, expensive jewelry, luxury clubs, and non-stop flexing online. But the moment that truly grabbed attention came when Floyd posted footage allegedly showing a massive collection of Manhattan buildings. In the video, he confidently implied the properties belonged entirely to him, emphasizing that there were no business partners attached to the deal. The message was clear: he wasn't just rich from boxing anymore, he was building a real estate empire.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
He reportedly claimed the portfolio had been purchased in cash and suggested the rental income alone could generate extraordinary profits. Supporters flooded social media praising him as a genius investor who turned boxing fame into generational wealth. For a brief moment, it looked like another chapter in the myth of Mayweather dominance. Outside the ring, inside business, still winning.
Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
Then came the backlash. An investigative report later challenged nearly every part of the story. According to the findings, city property databases showed no evidence of ownership transfers connected to the buildings Floyd showcased publicly. Organizations associated with housing programs allegedly that they had received no paperwork, no inquiries, and no signs of negotiations involving Mayweather or his representatives.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my...
Sources reportedly connected to the properties also claimed the buildings were still controlled by entirely different owners. That's when online conversation shifted from admiration to suspicion. Suddenly, people weren't asking how rich Floyd was, they were asking whether the entire story had been manufactured for image and publicity. Accusations of fraud spread rapidly across social platforms, and longtime rivals wasted no time joining the discussion.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on.
Even celebrities who had publicly feuded with Mayweather in the past began mocking the controversy. Online, the internet quickly turned the story into another public spectacle, with commentators and influencers debating whether Floyd's billionaire persona had been exaggerated for years. Every new reaction added fuel to the fire.
Woke up, I looked at the computer said, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fiance, say fuck that.
For longtime followers, the financial questions didn't feel completely new. Despite the billionaire image, Floyd's career has repeatedly been shadowed by money-related controversies. One of the most shocking moments surfaced before the McGregor super fight when reports revealed he owed millions in unpaid taxes.
And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle a score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with them.
Okay.
Experience.
The timing embarrassed many fans because the undefeated champion appeared to need fight earnings to settle debts with the IRS. Critics argue that the situation contradicted the image of limitless wealth he constantly projected. Instead of looking untouchable, Floyd suddenly looked financially vulnerable.
See reports. You mentioned $100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a flight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this year and this, over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
And how do you know it's bullshit?
He makes very good money because I know the fight business. I've been in the fight.
The problems didn't end there. A separate controversy emerged when regulators accused him of promoting cryptocurrency projects without properly disclosing payments tied to those endorsements. The result included financial penalties and restrictions related to investment promotions.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How does the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life, telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen, he apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like, he didn't know what he couldn't read, like,
that's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying, I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
You know, how long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds? You know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
Combined with previous tax issues, critics argued these incidents damaged the flawless businessman image Floyd had. Carefully built for years, the undefeated fighter was now facing questions that couldn't be answered inside a boxing ring. And with every scandal, public trust seemed to weaken further.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So, like,
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like, they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically, you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say and what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right? And you just basically give him his script.
Still, it's important to separate internet drama from actual legal reality. Despite viral posts claiming Mayweather had been sentenced, no prison sentence currently exists. Much of the language online reflects public outrage rather than confirmed courtroom action. At this stage, there are no official criminal charges tied to the real estate claims.
Just once you get around someone, you be looking up to these people so bad, and like once you get around, they don't be who they say they is or who they portray to be. You be like, damn, I was 21 at the time, and I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're sitting on a show. So I had to fight him. I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. They were saying I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd and Floyd brother. He would say that he gave me like money to get my mom out the hood, but me being from the hood, 10, 15,000, that's not, after a couple months, she gonna be back in the hood.
His devastating power and flair pack Rhinos after splitting from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He's a headlined lucrative PP bouts, like against Ryan Garcia showing Dupin appeal Mayweather's early support training promotion. And exposure accelerated his rise, but Davis' talent and drive suggest he'd still thrive. His path might have been slower yet. His boxing prowess ensures enduring success.
But that doesn't mean the situation is harmless. If authorities ever determine that assets were intentionally misrepresented for financial gain, investment purposes, or tax advantages, serious federal scrutiny could follow. Agencies like the IRS, SEC, or even the Department of Justice could potentially become involved depending on the facts.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling.
And if subsidized housing programs were somehow connected, the legal stakes could become far more severe. Cases involving public housing funds or financial manipulation can trigger investigations that reach another level entirely. Right now, though, the accusations remain unproven.
Why has it always come to money?
Why not? I mean, everything you got on costs money. Everything you do costs money.
Is that how you measure your success?
No. Me, I'm loyal and honest. And I'm a good person. And I call a spade a spade. Money don't make me, I make money. Without money, I'd be the same person.
For now, the controversy remains, largely fueled by investigations, speculation, and public reaction. Yet instead of disappearing from the spotlight, Mayweather appears to be responding the only way he knows how through displays of wealth. Since the allegations surfaced, he has continued posting luxury watches, expensive gifts, private jet trips, and courtside appearances.
There's Floyd Mayweather.
This video of Mayweather is completely insane, and it's not because of all the watches. What's crazy is that all of these watches are iced out with ridiculous aftermarket diamonds that completely kill the value of the watches. He clearly doesn't care, though. He's wearing an $18 million watch. How much do you think this is all worth?
To loyal fans, it proves he's still untouchable. To skeptics, it feels like someone desperately trying to protect an image that's beginning to crack. Some observers are even questioning whether Floyd's recent exhibition fights are less about entertainment and more about maintaining cash flow behind the scenes.